Hi, this is Jeannie with Jeannie Touch of Class Glam. The last video I put up was a video explaining that I'm having some neurological issues, and I have been encouraged to film by a lot of people. So I'm going to make it real brief here and just say that my neurological problems kind of go up and down. I have some good days in a row, and then I have some bad days in a row. It kind of goes by weeks, actually. And it kind of starts off, it's kind of like a roller coaster, and then I level off and I'm good for a little while. I kind of had a pretty good 4 or 5 day run, and now I'm starting to kind of go back down again. But I decided to try to get this done. I am feeling a little bit off today. I am not so prepared, and it's been a long time since I've done anything on camera. And so if I'm a little slow or I, stumble, it's just because that's the nature of the beast right now. But I am going to try to do my very best. So I'm here. Anyhow, I'm really glad to be back. I've been, when I'm not sleeping and just kind of zoned out, I'm truly just kind of bored. I'm unable to work right now because sometimes it's really hard for me to drive. Really. Anyhow, I'm here today to talk about a couple of things. One of the things I'm really excited about is this new Anastasia of Beverly Hills foundation. It just launched a couple of days ago, and I purchased it. It came out at Ulta a couple of days ago. It's $38. It is I believe, a medium to full coverage foundation. It's absolutely beautiful. It's supposed to be luminous, and it has a lot of claims. It's cruelty-free. And let me see if I can find the box. I'll be right back. So it says it's a gluten-free, which, look, if you're not going to eat it, the gluten probably doesn't matter unless you have a severe allergy. And then, of course, putting it on your skin is going to cause a problem. Vegan, alcohol-free, clinically tested. We hope that's the case. Dermatology tested. What I like is it's ophthalmology tested. I have rosacea on my face, but it also went into my eye, and so I have horrible problems with my eyes, but in particular my right eye. So sometimes anything that comes near that eye wreaks havoc for days, and it's miserable. So I'm kind of glad this is ophthalmologist tested. That's important for anything that goes near your eyes. It's non-comedogenic, and what that means is it doesn't cause those clogged bumps that form on your face and clogged pores. And it's good for sensitive skin, and it's also long wearing, and it has no flashback, and that's because it doesn't contain sunscreen. And so what I would say is if you're going to be outside for prolonged periods, please apply a 30+ sunscreen in your skincare. If you're going to be someplace where you're taking photos, you don't want to use sunscreen because it does cause a flashback, and that's not going to be nice in your pictures. It's not going to look good. So I would definitely avoid that for pictures, but this foundation would be probably great for pictures. It comes in this really pretty, sleek silver box. I don't like to go a ton into packaging. I feel like that's like, it's all marketing. The bottle's really pretty. It's sleek. It's tall. It's very heavy duty. It's got a black plastic cap. It resembles one of the NARS foundations. It says foundation really big on one side, just in case you forgot what it was. And then it has Anastasia of Beverly Hills on this side. This foundation does come in a wide range of colors. It comes in 50 colors. It comes in cool, warm, and neutral. Saying that, I believe when I went to the store to do my color matching, even the cools pulled warm because it seems like they have golden undertones. So I would say it's a very difficult foundation to order online, and I would definitely try to get down to an Ulta and get color matched by one of the gals at Ulta. And then of course you want to try to match your décolleté. Again, they run really warm, and so yeah, you want to make sure that you match it well because they pull warm and you don't want to look really yellow, which a warm would tend to do. One of the things I did purchase from Sephora was a face roller. These are supposed to help with lymphatic flow. I'm tired already, you guys, sorry. Lymphatic drainage and circulation and all that helps with puffiness, and so this helps with depuffing. It's got two sides. It's got a small roller and it's got a large roller. It's a rose quartz, which also energetically helps with love and peaceful feelings, and you can use this all over your body for lymphatic flow, and the pamphlet that it comes with does tell you where you can use it, but I've been just kind of rolling my face with it, and after I use all my moisturizers and such, and it helps just kind of make your face feel nice and cool, and takes away the puffiness in your eyes. And so I usually roll after I put on my moisturizers and so forth. So anyhow, so I'm going to be applying the Anastasia of Beverly Hills foundation with a beauty blender. I did try it the other day with a brush on one side and a beauty blender on the other side, and what I found that going in with a brush is my skin's really sensitive, and so personally I feel like I'm having a bit of a problem. I like to do my neck because I feel like it's going to help with this here and the aging. Anyhow, I feel like with my sensitive skin, I hope I didn't leave anything out. I'm sometimes a bit of a deer in the headlights. I feel like with the brush, it's been causing me to get a bit itchy, and so I can't really use it. And then I have to go in with the beauty blender anyhow to get the brush marks off of my face, and so I don't really prefer using the brush. And you know, everybody's different. You have to do what works for you, and you know, so anyhow, I'm going to use a beauty blender with this foundation. I'm just going to roll my eyes super quick, and I just go in gentle, and like I said, this helps for depuffing and lymphatic flow, circulation, and collagen boosting. And right now, unfortunately, I'm unable to have any Botox or filler because no physician, my physician that I know that usually does my Botox and filler, will not do that because he feels, and he said that I was really unstable and that he wasn't going to give me any Botox or filler because it can cause additional neurological issues, and he was afraid of that. And so until I'm stabilized and diagnosed, I can't have anything done. So I'm looking a little older than I want to look, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to get my bigger mirror so I can see what I'm doing in the mirror while I'm applying this foundation. Alright, so I'm all set here. The foundation's fairly thick. It's not super runny. It's really nice. It's got a pump. I really like that for sanitary reasons. And I'm just going to put one pump on my hand. I like to kind of dot it along my face. And it's not quick drying or anything. And then I'm going to take the Beauty Blender and I'm going to start putting it all over my face. I did apply all my skincare prior to putting this foundation on. It's got nice coverage, I feel, without looking, especially when you get older, what happens is if you use foundation that covers well or a full coverage foundation, it does make your skin look rather cakey. And you have to be really careful of that because then it settles into the wrinkles and the fine lines, and instead of making your skin look smooth and luminous, it makes your skin look super dull and just old. It looks terrible. And so it's really nice this foundation, I think it blends in super nice. I don't think you need to use a ton of it for good coverage. As you can see, it's covering really well. This is the side I'm doing now, and this is the side I've done. I usually do, excuse me, one pump for the full face, and then I'll go over again with one more pump, just to make sure. What I do is I concentrate my second pump on places that aren't super wrinkly or lined. That would be, I don't put a ton down here and through here. I don't put a ton up through here. Mostly when I go in with my second pass of my second pump, I go into places where I have more pigmentation. In here, over here, a little bit on my nose, and that's pretty much about it. I mean, I don't have a ton of stuff going on my face. And then I bring it down to make sure that it's blended into the neck. Okay, I'm going to apply now just like a half a pump. It's thick. It's not super runny. The color I have is 300C. It's cool. I'm normally a neutral, but this cool worked really well on my skin tone. So you can see it pretty much, it has pretty good coverage. It's not full coverage, but then again, beauty blenders tend to pick up some of the product too. But I don't get upset about that because I really like the way beauty blenders cover. I like the way it works with the foundation, and so it doesn't bother me if it picks some up. Like I said, I don't mind having a less than completely full coverage. It works better for older skin. I think it looks better when it's lighter. And then what I like to do is just kind of stamp my beauty blender all over the face to just kind of pick up a little bit and even out, make sure it looks good, and just kind of even everything out and meld everything together. This foundation melts really nice into the skin. I think it's got really pretty coverage. It is a little bit luminous, but I don't think it's too much for me. I feel like it's more of a satin medium to full coverage. I believe that if you did another pump, it would be a full coverage. But I'm not going to do that because, again, too much foundation on somebody my age is not good. I'm going to give it one more half a pump though, and I'm going to show you guys with my finger how the pigmentation can be covered. If you look there, there's pigmentation. Now, I'm bringing it up close here, and I'm going to cover that with my finger. So it really covers it quite nicely. So, and then of course if I wanted to continue doing that, I probably could, but I don't really need to. I'm not that self-conscious about it. So yeah. But this is really, I think it's really pretty. I have some veinage up here. Veinage, is that a proper term? I have some veins up here that could use a little more coverage, and that's not a place where I have a ton of lines. So, but as you can see, it gives nice coverage. Okay, this looks really nice. Now I'm just gonna kind of stamp it out a little more all around the places where I told you I don't want it to look heavy. And I'm going to make sure that I've brought it down my neck into my décolleté. Okay, so I'm back. I have my makeup on, and I really like this foundation. And the one thing I will say is it's a bit tacky. It's a bit tacky. It doesn't dry down really fast. You know, the eyebrow thing. It's really bad. I really apologize. I'm not great at the eyebrow thing. It's like I want to cover the eyebrows and just talk to you guys like this. It's, yeah. Anyhow, okay, so it doesn't feel like it dries down fast. It feels a little bit tacky, but it still gives beautiful coverage, as you can see. I shouldn't show that eyebrow. I should show this side. It gives beautiful coverage, and the makeup goes on really nice over it. And so this is the way it looks. I'm going to come back. I'm going to check in later and kind of see where we're at later. I just threw on some lipstick. I'm not going to do eyeshadow or anything like that today. I'm just wanting to see how this does pretty much on its own. I threw some bronzer on. So I'll check in later. We'll see how this works. And I'm looking forward to checking in with you later. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will list everything that I'm wearing in the description box below, and I'll see you a little bit later. Okay, bye. Okay, so this is my first check-in, and I think that I've been wearing this foundation for, oh, I don't know, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 5 hours. And it looks good. It's not, you know, it's not coming off anywhere. I don't have any areas where it's gone into the lines. It's very, it looks very nice still. No problems at all. I don't really know how to zoom in on this phone, unfortunately, but I have you up really close, and I can tell you I'm not seeing anything if you guys are seeing anything. And I was just laying down for a few minutes because I don't feel well. So I'm going to go back to doing that, and then I will check in with you guys later and show you again what this looks like. But I really think it looks pretty darn good. And it feels nice. It feels so moisturizing, and it doesn't feel heavy on the skin or mask-like or anything like that. So anyhow, I'll check back in later. And I'm checking in. I wanted you guys to get a good view of what this looks like in the daylight. And I've been wearing this for about 9 hours, and I think it looks really good. I think, you know, I've been blowing my nose a lot today. The wind's been blowing, and I have a lot of allergies, and then I also fell asleep for a couple hours because I'm just not feeling very good today due to whatever's going on with me, and it's when my eyes look so ugh, because I'm just don't feel very good. Anyhow, but the foundation looks really good. It's wearing well. Like I said, I have some issues around my nose where I do get some dryness, but I've also blown my nose a few times today. Other than that, I think it looks pretty good. And so at the 9 hour mark, I will do one more before I go to sleep this evening and give you my final thoughts. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. This is the last check-in of the evening. It is 7:38 and I've had this on for, I don't know, 11 hours roughly. And this is, again, the Anastasia of Beverly Hills New Luminous Foundation. And I really like it. I really like it. It hasn't really broken apart anywhere. Its coverage has remained pretty good, except for I think I got my face wet over there. I'm sure I did. I've been blowing my nose a lot today, so there's some, you know, coverage around my nose. It does transfer a little bit. I think most foundation does. But other than that, I think the coverage has stayed pretty good. I think the wear time is good. I really like this foundation. I would say, you know, my face doesn't tend to get oily, but it hasn't pulled any like oils up from my skin. I wouldn't say it's luminous. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's more of a, just kind of a satin finish, matte satin kind of finish on me, on my skin. But like I said, my skin happens to be and tends towards very dry. But I recommend this foundation. I think it's really good. I think the price point's good. I think that it sets well on mature skin, people with lines. It didn't set into any of my lines. It didn't accentuate any of my lines. I think, like I said, the coverage is really good. It was super easy to apply over my skincare. And I really like it. I think it's really nice foundation. I think Anastasia of Beverly Hills did an amazing job. I think the container's, you know, perfect. I think it comes out really clean. And yeah, I recommend this foundation completely. So I'm sorry, my phone was going off. Anyhow, so yeah, right now you can get it at Ulta. I'm sure it's coming out to the other stores. I'm not sure. It may be launching on the 15th at Sephora and at the other stores. I would kind of check online and see when that launch is going to happen. I'm sorry I don't have more information for you. It is $38 to purchase. There's also a powder you can purchase as well. But I will be using this foundation because I love it. I was not very active today. I did sleep. Actually, maybe that's why it looks funky, because I slept. And I think I have my hand here too. So maybe that's why it looks funky. But like, all in all, I think it looks good. If you look at it, I don't see anything horrific. I don't see anything breaking apart anywhere. I think it gave me good coverage. Again, I think it's a pretty satin look. I look like I have glitter somewhere on my face. But yeah, I highly recommend trying it. I think it's a great foundation. I think $38 is pretty much, you know, a normal price point for a foundation nowadays. And I hope you like this review. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. You can also ring the bell for the next time I upload a review. Hopefully that will be soon. As I said, I have not been feeling well, and it pretty much takes all of my energy to be able to do this. And if you do watch my video that I had prior to this, I was not able to talk well, and that happens. And so when that happens, along with everything else that's happening with it, it's hard for me to film, and I just haven't been able to. But I did for this foundation. I'm hoping to film again, and thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful day and you enjoy the review. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, And hopefully we'll see you soon, okay? Everybody take care, and I hope you're having a fabulous summer. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, have a great day.